Hey there guys, Marco here, back with another video. So in today's video we're going to be having a look at the multifunctional robot car. Now as you can see here, it is powered by an Arduino, and you've already gone through the building instructions of building this. If you have not, check out the link in my description. It's on our website on the product page of this little guy. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to use it and how to program it. So without any further hesitation, let's get straight into it. So the first step is going to be opening your Chrome tab. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and download the Arduino IDE software. This is the software that we're going to be using to program the Arduino Uno microcontroller on this multifunctional car to, of course, give it functionality. So as it is now, it's not a multifunctional car yet because we haven't uploaded any programs to it to give it any functionality. Now do note, the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and just type in here Arduino IDE. And we're going to search and we go for the first link that we see right here. So let me just get this open. I'm going to show you from here. We're going to go ahead to Windows 10 and newer, depending on what operating system you have. You're going to click on the link and you can download this software for absolutely free. I do recommend creating an account because that means your programs get saved on the cloud. So if your laptop gets stolen, you're still going to be having all of those programs that you worked so hard writing. So from here, once we've downloaded, the Arduino IDE is going to look something like this. Now I already have programs open here to show you guys that's going to go alongside the multifunctional car kit. But there are a few steps that you have to follow before we get into programming it. The first thing is going to be on the left side here. You're going to see we have a few different options that we can click here. So this one in the middle is called libraries. So without knowing what a library is, you can go ahead and add this one. So just search for IR remote. And you're going to see we have an IR remote by Sheriff. This is going to allow your car to have infrared remote control functionality. You can use any remote on this, and it's quite a nice and powerful library. So once that is installed, I see mine has an update. So I'm just going to go ahead and update this real quickly. So we always have the newest version of the IR remote library. So over here, I have included a few test programs. So we first have the IR test multifunctional program. Now from here, we have a cable that you get alongside your multifunctional car. You're going to go ahead and plug that cable into the Arduino. And the other end, you're going to plug it into your computer. So you're going to hear a nice friendly sound, meaning that our computer understands that it is an Arduino that we just connected to. So from here, you want to go ahead and remove the Bluetooth module. Now I know this is quite counterproductive, but you cannot program the Arduino with the Bluetooth module on board. It might work sometimes, but I saw a lot of inefficiencies when programming the Arduino with the Bluetooth module on board. So I'm going to remove that. Once that is removed, our Arduino is ready to program. So we're going to go ahead and do a few tests. So the first one I have here is the IR test multifunctional car kit. Now this is going to be quite nice as it allows you to see what the commands are that your remote is sending to this robot car. So over here in the top corner, I'm going to select Arduino Uno on COM port 3. Once I have selected it and I'm sure my wiring is all correct, I'm going to go ahead and hit upload. So from here, I've uploaded the program and we're going to see that nothing much happened. That's because we haven't pressed the remote. So I'm going to open my serial monitor in the top right corner here, as you can see here on the little hourglass icon. So as we can see over here, we've uploaded our program, and once we hit buttons, we can see that we have an allocated command for each button. So if I press 1, it's going to say 0x45, 2, 3, etc. So each button on the remote has its own set of unique commands. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these commands in our other programs. So I've already included this remote that comes with the multifunctional car. All of the commands I've included in the manual. But if you for some reason want to use another remote, let's say a Samsung or an LG remote, you can also do that by doing the same method and just seeing what commands get sent through when you press a certain button. You're going to then map out your remote, and from there you're going to read it into our other program. So let's have a look at how this program works. So we have our IR receiver pin at pin 2. This is where our infrared receiver is going to be receiving the signals from the remote. We've also included our library here at the top. So this is going to be where our library gets included. So from here we have a serial.begin 9600, which allows us to see these commands in the serial monitor. We then say IR receiver.begin on the receiver pin, and we enable LED feedback. So that's going to be the LED that's on our IR receiver. And from here we have a few basic set of commands. So we have receiver.decode. This is going to allow you to decode the messages, because remember, you're getting small pulses of light very fast. So this needs to be decoded into something that humans can understand. So that's what this function is for. And over here we can see we have our raw data, and over here we have our command. So this is actually the line that we are looking for. So you can go ahead and comment out these other lines. It's not going to have any effect on the program, but that's basically this program right here. It's going to allow you to see what commands correspond to button presses on your IR receiver. So the next one we have right here is going to be the ultrasonic sweep. Now from here we're going to go ahead and upload this program and see what it does. Now this is a little bit more of a beefier program. So if you go ahead and upload this, we're going to see that our ultrasonic sensor sweeps from left to right, and it's also going to give us some feedback. This is going to allow you to test your servo motor as well as your ultrasonic sensor. So once we hit upload there, excuse this. So once we hit upload, we're going to see that I have to comment out all of these lines. Oh, there we go. So once I hit upload, we're going to see that the ultrasonic sensor is going to sweep from left to right. And the amazing thing comes when you go ahead and you open your serial monitor, and we can see all of the distances and the angles that it provides back to us. Now this is very fast, so you can always go ahead and make it a bit slower. When we go to the void loop, we can just add a little delay in here. So if I go ahead here and just say delay 100, it's going to slow down all of this that we're getting, and it's going to allow us to see what the values are a little bit more clearer. So this is still quite fast. We can make this even slower and go up to 1000. But this is the idea. It sweeps from left to right, and it allows us to see what the ultrasonic sensor is giving back, allowing us to test both of these sensors. So in this program, we're using the servo library. We have our echo and trigger pin from our ultrasonic sensor. We create a servo object right here. We have our servo pin, which is pin 9. We have a duration, a distance, and a servo angle. So, and the rest of the program is quite self-explanatory. So don't worry too much about using this program, as you're only going to be using it to test, and it looks quite cool. So let's move on to the next program, which is going to be our IR control. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this to let our servo motor stop moving. And from here, this program is going to allow us to add multifunctional control to our car, which is going to allow us to control the car with the remote. Now you don't need the Bluetooth module quite yet for this, as it's going to allow you to press buttons and allow your car to drive forward, backward, and make it go into all sorts of cool modes. So as you can see here, I've already included all of the commands for your remote, and these are the commands that you would get from the IR test program that I showed you first. So whenever you use another remote or these commands don't match up, so let's say for instance you press number 1 and it moves forward instead of the front arrow, then you might need to reconfigure this part right here by using the IR test program that I've provided. So as you can see here, this is a very beefy program, but all that you need to know is from here we tell the motor driver that's included on board on the multifunctional car. We're going to tell it that those pins are outputs, and we can use these pins to control the speed as well as all of the other things on the multifunctional car. So from here, we can see that we have, so after we have included all of our commands, the next thing we're going to see here is going to be our sensor pins. So this is our sensor left, sensor middle, and our sensor right. This is for line tracking. So you can press a button to let it go into line tracking. As you can see, you've installed those underneath your car. So over here we have our statuses of our sensors, what feedback they are giving, and we are decoding the results into a result object. So from here we have our pins that we assign here. So we have our input pin at 12, our output pin at 13 for the ultrasonic sensor. We have our speed and our distance and all of our variables that we have to define here, but you can go ahead and just read the comments. They're going to tell you exactly what each line does. From here we have our setup. This is where we tell all of our pins to be outputs to control the H bridge to allow us to drive forward and backward and reverse and turn around. This allows for full control over our motors. Then over here we have a few different functions. Now this function right here, you can go ahead and see what the functions does based on the forward slash, just the comments out here on the side. So this is going to be forward, then we have turn right, then it's going to be turn left. So this is the function. This is going to be stop. Over here we have checkout. So you can make sure that the keys that you're pressing correspond to these commands. You can go ahead and change that up top where I've shown you previously. Then in the void loop, we're reading our sensors and we are performing our Bluetooth command. So don't worry about the Bluetooth command quite yet, as this is not going to be of any importance in this specific program. So over here we're just decoding the IR receiver data that's coming in, and whenever we receive a certain value, we're going to move based on the values received. So it's quite straightforward, and if you really don't understand this program, you can go ahead and grab it. So I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to go here to Google, I'm going to type in ChatGPT, and over here I'm going to ask ChatGPT to explain the program. And I'm going to paste in the entire program here. Then ChatGPT is going to go ahead and it's going to give us a complete breakdown of this program, how everything works, the hardware setup, the infrared remote control. So this can be a very valuable tool whenever you're playing around with these sorts of things, as ChatGPT is quite an impressive source of knowledge. And over here, as you can see, it's breaking up the entire program, explaining exactly what each line does. And yeah, I really do recommend using this as a source of information. From there, we can go ahead to the Bluetooth control. So we have the Bluetooth control. It's basically the same as the IR control, except this one uses Bluetooth. So I'm going to give you a Bluetooth serial app that you can go ahead and download, and you can use this to interface with the car via Bluetooth. Now do note, you have to upload the program, then you plug in your Bluetooth module, because remember, you can't really upload programs with the Bluetooth module plugged in. I'm going to show you at the end of the video what that looks like. So over here you can see we have our Bluetooth connected to 2 and 3. We still have the same definitions for our motors, because we still need to move the motors based on commands, except we don't have the IR commands up here anymore. From there we still have our functions, and it's going to work in exactly the same way. When we receive certain values from the Bluetooth, from your phone or from any other device, it's going to move based on those commands that are being received. And then over here we have a combination of the two where it uses line tracking, Bluetooth, and everything. So you can go ahead and upload this program. I'm going to rename it as Multifunctional Robot Final Code, and you can use this and upload it accordingly, and that's going to give you maximum functionality on your robot. But these other smaller programs are quite nice if you want to go ahead and understand the concepts a little bit more clearly. We're also going to be adding additional resources to the manual, which you can go ahead and look at, especially the library for the IR remote control. There they have an entire setup to show you how to include LG remotes, Samsung remotes, depends on whatever you're trying to do with your application. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.